thing's so broken. All right. Auto find and activate. Auto find and activate. Back, back, oops, back, back, back. That's me. Okay, you, me. There we go. YouTube, Twitch. Okay. Oops. What are you talking about? What up, Rahendra? What up, my brother? What's going on, man? Hold on, I'm still setting everything up. I'm slow. Copy. New. Hold on. I'm slow. Bam. How you doing, my friend? What up, Rahendra? I'm waking the entire night from Maserati. Yeah, I did. I was watching that last night a little bit on stream. We watched the 3D light show. Hold on. Okay, bam. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, it's not doing anything. What's that? What is this? A new ad? Jeez. 4 to a template 6. Yeah, I was looking at prayer times and stuff like that yesterday. We were looking into it. A couple of the other Indians and that were in the chat last night. We watched, like, if you watched the end of the stream last night, we watched a bunch of his Pahara. Bam. All right, there we go. I was teaching the folks about the chakra. Breathing the universe into existence. All right, let me see. Chat. Bang. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, we ain't gotta worry about that. Okay, cool. All right, hit the thumbs up. Oh, and I got a bunch of good news today. About the affiliates and stuff. So the ADHD calming vitamins. They found a bunch of info on that. So I'm working with a company to for the same stuff that I use. To see if I can help the community, help everybody out. What up, BMW? What's up, my brethren? Boom, 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 boom. Let me get my microphone all loud. My brethren. Let's get a little bit. There we go. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty good. All of the so they found out, like, almost everybody with ADHD. Yes, you showed up on the screen. What's going on, Dean? Almost everybody with ADHD, or at least like a vast majority of them, has a B12 deficiency. They don't know if that's because ADHD causes a B12 absorption problem or if it's because low B12 causes ADHD. But regardless, you can calm a lot of the effects. Let me show you this, brother. Let me show you this real quick. Let's see. All right. Vitamin B12 deficiency and ADHD. Okay. Vitamin B12 deficiency is frequently associated with ADHD. Studies indicate that lower B12 serum levels serve as a marker for the condition. So if you went to a doctor and they said, he says, how you feeling today? He says, I can't think straight. I'm tired all the time. I'm exhausted. They're like, you have ADHD. Here, take these pills. But what they should do is they should check your blood and say, hey, your vitamin B12 is very low. Let's get your B12 up. But then you wouldn't go see the doctor anymore. Yeah, so the condition worsens with symptoms like inattention, fatigue. B12 is essential for nerve health and neurotransmitter synthesis for dopamine and serotonin. can cause the deficiency can cause over symptoms that overlap with ADHD, including cognitive decline, brain fog, and mood swings. So we got a lot of people out here that think they have ADHD, but they have ADHD symptoms, and they may just be low in B12. So I take, like, dude, I take B12 every freaking day, every day. And I'm now in my late 40s. I'm super productive. I can get up early, stay up late, stream multiple hours every day, get a lot of work done. And yeah, and I can understand stuff better. Everything's gotten better. So I highly recommend looking into it. You ain't gotta wait for me. I'm the same company that I use. I contacted them today because a lot of people start buying it. But if I can get you guys a discount on it, because it's not expensive, but it's not super cheap. It's like $20 a month. But yeah, it changes your life. If you think about it, if you call out of work one day a year because of your exhaustion from ADHD and you lose $100 from or whatever your daily rate is, just by taking some vitamins, you might still have ADHD, but it's not unbearable. It's like, so you think about all the people that have ADHD that are creative, they get a lot done, they start 15 different paintings and eventually finish them but move on, but they're successful in life. And then you have the people that have ADHD that aren't. Well, what's the difference? Well, if you've got ADHD and you don't feel like crap, you can be successful in life. So if you have ADHD and that causes low B12, then you need some B12. If you're not ADHD, but you feel like you are, the doctor says you've got these symptoms that look like ADHD, you might be low in B12. So regardless, if you have ADHD, B12 can make it better. And if you don't have ADHD, B12 can make it better. So I talked to a company today because I want to be able to do this full time, and there's no need to not help everybody that. And if I can get guys a discount code and I can make 10%, you guys save 10%, whatever it is, great, awesome. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and it happens a lot. And I think a problem is the way that we're taught stuff. The way that we're taught stuff is that we're taught this means this, but what else could mean this? Like, yeah, this means you've got ADHD symptoms, but what else could it be? What up, is Caneb? What up? Did you change your profile picture? Is that the same one? Ain't the same one. Yeah, you just used to have an eye, if I remember correctly. What's going on, is Caneb? So we're going to make it happen. We're going to save the world. We're going to save the world. All right, let's see what I can do. I figured I would jump on. I just got done painting, so I got paint all over me and stuff. I cleaned it off the best I could, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll go live for a little bit here, and then I'll clean up and eat, and then we'll run for the rest of the night. But usually around dinner time now, it's usually pretty slow. So I just wanted to get everything booted up. How you doing? How's your country serving you? All right, let's see. YouTube. $120. Oh, geez. No way. Oh, this doesn't look good. Let's see here. Holy crap, that's a big old snake. He's freaking out, wiping his hands off and everything. Look at that. Get the camera. Look at the size of this thing. He's freaking out. Look at that snake. Jeez. They set that up. I don't know, he doesn't look like he's freaking out though. The nighttime is the right time. What up, Lamb? So I sold my first shirt today, Lamb. sold my first 110th grade shirt. I wasn't even. What up, Julio? Welcome back, brother. Yeah, I sold my first 110th grade shirt today to some dude in New York. I don't even know. It just popped up. Shopify. Ding! I was like, ching! I was like, awesome. So yeah, everything looks like it's heading up. Everything's starting to move up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Stay healthy enough to keep it going. Let's see what else we got here. Pioneer, Ferrari radio. Let's watch something like that. Well, so merchandise lets you know where in the world people are interested in you. So it's like, and I think that's really important. That's going good, Julio, brother, going good. I think it's very important because, like, you got to prove to people you're not AI. So you got to do live stuff, like in real life stuff. So, like, if I get 100 shirts sold in New York City and 3 in Maryland, why would I go to Maryland, or 0, and 0 in Pennsylvania? Why would I spend money in Pennsylvania to do a show or whatever when I would just go to where people are interested enough in my product, my brand, that they would actually buy the shirt, right? What up, Jonathan? So I'm gonna and Shopify let you know where. Well, you can see all the data for the shipping. So if people start buying stuff, and it looks like I sold my first shirt today. So bam, New York. So let's fly to New York. You know what I mean? But if I make enough money if some city, Baltimore, whatever, buys $300 worth of merchandise, enough for me to get a plane ticket there and back, then it's worth it to set something up and then set up a tour that way and just go wherever the sales lead me, rather than like back when I was young and in bands and stuff. Music artists can't charge for record sales anymore. That's why touring and merchandise is so prevalent. Yeah, not anymore. That's pretty much done. All right, so I would love to be able to do talks. And I think people, like, I get a lot of people that contact me on DMs and email and stuff. And it's just getting more and more and more. Probably in the next year, it'll get to the point where people want to actually talk. And then so if I get hundreds of people from a city that want to talk, I'll go and get a what do you call those places? A conference area in a hotel in those cities and be like, hey, $20. Everybody, come in free if you've got a shirt, or a piece of merch. And then people want to talk back and forth, be like, hey, dude, I think that would be pretty great to do. And I'll just do that too, just whatever. Because I can stream from anywhere. Good afternoon from the UK. Hey, Lovely Lamb Lunch. I'm doing very good, my friend Pinak. Lovely Lamb Lunch is from the UK, right around the corner from you. And where are you at, Jonathan? How are you? Oh, you got yourself a Union Jack in your profile picture. It looks like. I can't tell what the VE is. Panak. I think you were here before. Unless Panak's a regular name. What up, Somu? No, he says. But yeah. So, in the music industry for years, and like, we didn't have MySpace was the only, when I ended in the music industry, MySpace was the only thing that was starting to come around. So we didn't have that. So the thing about back then is you would tour as a band, but you didn't know if the town you went to knew anything about you unless you paid to have that town's radio station play your music. It was called pay to play. And then they would give out tickets, and then if it worked, if they gave out 100 tickets to your show, and then more and more people, then you're right. If not, you would cancel it. But now there's all these crazy fees involved. Yeah, you have been. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you from months ago, Pinak. I got you written on the wall behind me. I haven't worked out my own monetization. Don't worry about me, brother. Anybody that wants to go along with me, I'll create a framework, and then if you guys want to copy that framework, go right ahead. I'm not worried about competition. I'd rather I'd rather create a community that's not so caught up on politics and stuff. I want to bring entertainment back to the world. You know, like I want to make fun of Republicans and Democrats, and I want to make fun of people that are pro 100% hardcore everything. I think there's so much hypocrisy and insanity. We could put together a good comedy show. Talking about entertainment, have you ever seen any UFOs? Yes, lots of them. So I used to have an 8-inch telescope. So the main mirror was an 8-inch mirror. It was about the whole telescope was about 5 foot 6 feet long. And so we would be in my backyard when I was very young, staring off, looking at the Leonids and the Perseids, the asteroid showers, comets, asteroids, and we would see stuff that would be like change direction. And then the excuses we would get was that a shooting star hit an asteroid, so it shot a chunk off of it. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe you. Hey, I know I was studying from yesterday in India. The time is 4:39 a.m. I started studying at 1 p.m. yesterday, so that means I studied for 16 hours straight and didn't sleep, bro. My head hurts. Hey, Rahendra, you got another one of your brethren here. Rahendra here, football brother, was just talking the same thing. He said he's up all night and he's got prayer at 6 a.m. It hurts. Don't worry, football brother. Everything gets better. I meant that my day job keeps me comfortable. Anything. Right. I get you. Anything else is gravy. Yeah. I do find the whole UFO thing quite entertaining, especially when the government tried to make up excuses. The UK government just as bad. Yes. Yeah, they're brother and sister. UK, US is brother and sister. Just because they fight, even if it's for years, they end up, dude, they do so much business together and they work on like incentivizing each other, even the crazy stuff you hear in the news. Hey, bro, you worked on a Harry Potter movie. You look like a twin brother. No, I've worked on a lot of movies. 15 years I was in the movie industry. I just left not last month, but January last year, 2025, to do YouTube full time. And here I am. I sold my first t-shirt today. All right, Yvonne, we're not going to watch it right now, but hi. Yeah. Can you tell me movie that I've worked on? Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, Suicide Squad 2, Jumanji 2, Jungle Cruise, Avengers Endgame. I got a freaking journal here. That's all right, Yvonne. Yeah, Stranger Things. That's right. Yvonne remembers. Yeah, I worked on Stranger Things. That wasn't a movie though. That was I worked on lots of streaming shows. Yeah, Stranger Things. I would definitely like when I was at school in the UK. I'm pretty sure the school teachers used to tell us to look up American people like cousins. I mean, like this is the thing. America's only 250 years old. So we came from somewhere. So our great-grandparents or whatever, great-great-grandparents weren't Americans. They were Polish and German and whatever. So it's like Bart Simpson. You won't find a Stranger Things. You won't find a stranger thing than this channel. That's right. You got to black out. In Jumanji 2, which character role? No. I was a prop maker. I did props and sets. Yeah, I'm not an actor. They couldn't risk putting me on screen for too long because the girls would faint. Yeah. What you need help for, Yvonne? Hell, I do help you. Every single time you make something filming the floor or shaking your camera like this, I show it. Hell. Oh. Hello. I worked on a movie called Red. Gloria needs help. What's up, Gloria Mendoza? Gloria. 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 He needs help. He needs help spelling help. Hey, Judd, what's going on? Nice. Stop. Collaborate and listen. The ice is back from a brand new edition. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Jump like a hawk daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Put out light and I glow. I just got a floor cleaner robot for my appointment. Grady Judd. What up, Burnout? Gloria. Gloria. Let's see. That's fine. What we're going to do. Okay. What are we going to find here? It's going good, Burnout, brother. Going good. Going good. Going good. Did you do anything for Valentine's Day? I streamed. Yeah. I'm not looking for a date for like 3 years. I'm just working on the company and the brand for the next 3 years. That I'll worry about finding a wife. But no, I don't date. I don't date. Not at all. It's too much bullcrap and money and wasted time involved. It's not worth it. If you're not looking for a husband or a wife, don't date. It's so stupid. It's people that want to do things in life. They want you to waste your time spending money on people that aren't going to help you benefit life or benefit you in life, and then you can't compete with the higher ups. Richa Rye or Charlie. Oh, cool! Look at this.
7-segment displays and LCDs. Inside the glass tube is a low-pressure gas, usually neon, and a stack of metal cathodes shaped like numbers. Wow. When a sufficiently high voltage is applied to the anode and the cathode of the desired numeral is grounded, the surrounding gas glows with that unmistakable orange Nixie light.
That's pretty
Despite
cool.
how warm and retro it looks, this is not an incandescent light bulb. There's no glowing filament here. A Nixie tube is a gas discharge.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What up, Kahora? What's going on, everybody? All right, let's see. Oh, I broke something. Man, what is this? Hypermarket 3D. I didn't know neon. Yeah, yes, neon. Yes, absolutely. All the neon lights, that's what they are. There's no filament in there. There's mercury vapor and then a gas, and so when you turn the power on, that gas glows. So xenon glows a certain color. Well, let me find some. Neon, hydrogen, helium, they all glow different colors. That's how you get different color neon lights. When they're clear, else you can paint the tube to make a different color too. What up, Ben? 6 o'clock? All right, hold on, let's see here. I'm seeing if I find something. Neon tube gases. Not YouTube. Okay. Yeah, argon, here you go. So this shows you right here. So these are all clear, and they're just full of those gases. Hydrogen, helium, neon, argon, krypton, and xenon. And when you apply a voltage, the gas itself glows. I have a meeting tomorrow with my manager about an employee who harassed me. Take them out, brother. Do it. Richard, you will get an uptick if you clip shorts of my... there's a 50-year-old plasma arc thingy that still works to this day. So I think you're talking about like a 200-year-old arc lamps. They're like 200 years old. They were the first spotlights. You take two graphite rods, and it's like welding, and you start and it puts off a super bright light. That's amazing how it works. So it's just a clear, colorless gas, but when you apply a voltage near them, they light up. So now they're all LED low voltage stuff, the fake looking ones that people have like behind their helium is supposed to be depleted now. That's a bunch of fear mongering. So if the people that sell helium can convince enough people that helium is depleted, then people will pay more for it than what's left. Let's see. All right, let's see what this says. is. These are mercury arc rectifiers. So this is what you use when you need like diodes. Diodes are one-way valves for electricity. But before we had like silicon diodes, we had just like that Nixie tube I showed earlier. We had glass vacuum tubes, and that's what you used like for when you needed a lot of voltage for like radio, like 10,000, 100,000 watt radio towers, and they still use them. Like that's probably what this is. It's probably for a really big transmitter. It's open topic, Jessica. Open topic. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Carbon arc light. Carbon arc light. So look at this. So this is like one of the brightest lamps you can get, and all it is it's two pieces of carbon, two sticks of carbon, like the stuff, like basically like the graphite type that's in a pencil, and because it's conductive, they just the arc that they make is like pure white light. See, there he goes. He shuts it off. So there's a little gap between them so that the arc jumps across. I really want a tube amp for my music. Yeah, they're not hard to make, and it's worth making. A couple of years ago, there was a supposed carbon dioxide shortage. Right, there was a carbon dioxide shortage. Here you go. This is 3,000 watt, and so this is carbon arc, but it's got xenon in there instead of regular air, so the xenon glows also. So he strikes an arc. And then you have a path for the current to go through. Oh, here you go. Spotlights.
This mind-blowing vintage device.
Yeah, so this is what spotlights used back in the day. And you can see the smoke
still
coming out
gives the best light quality for filming to this day. And the way it works is unlike anything you're used to. It doesn't create light like a modern light bulb or like a fluorescent tube or a filament. Instead, it harnesses the intense power of an electrical arc. This is a classic carbon arc light. The same phenomenon that makes welders wear protective eyewear during welding is responsible for the light produced here. The carbon arc is generated by two large carbon electrodes. You can observe the remarkable electrical arc between these electrodes through a small viewing window on the side. Back in the day, you would need a lamp operator for these lamps. Since these carbon rods gradually burn away, the light can only run for about 30 minutes before needing to be turned off, so the electrodes can be replaced with new ones. Despite being outdated technology compared to modern HMS and LED lights, these carbon arc lights are still admired for their unparalleled light quality. This
look at this. It's not been raining, but there's a fair flow of water there. Where's that going? Oh, I wonder what's happening there. Maybe it's Thames Water who are just wasting water, really. I'm sure. I was thinking that when I pay my water bill every month. I've got two bills. I pay for the supply
LED
water,
flicker, yeah.
and the it's called the sewage, the takeaway water. But I think they're taking a piss.
Taking the piss.
Look at it.
Do you think the Tesla idea that claimed the dangerous possible? No, it was absolutely possible. It's not a problem. They're actually still using that technology today. The problem was you couldn't meter it. Like if you didn't need to pay, so distribution systems, the companies that pay for the wires to get to your house from the power plant, they get to charge you for the power they make. But anybody could just put up an antenna and a ground and get power for their house. There would be no way to meter it. So they were like, well, we can't do that. But yeah, it's absolutely, it works. It absolutely works. People make small Tesla coils and prove the claim. But they scare people like, it's so high voltage, you'll die. Well, you pay for your fear. What up, Cat? Gloria. He's taking the piss. Gloria. Gloria. No. What do you want, Yvonne? You want us to watch your song? Did you write Vivo in there?
Trees, 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 trees. Plant a tree now, plant a tree now. Plant a tree now. Plant a tree now. Plant a tree now. To help us to get more oxygen, like you can put the tree beside your house. So
High voltage does hurt, amperage kills. Yeah.
in the rain to be blessed, and you will never dry or never die. In a tree, and it could be awesome. You will be awesome.
There you go. Yvonne's definitely trying to make some stuff, but you didn't miss much. But you were missed. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see here. Yes, arc AC lights are better. Right. The problem is you can't make white LEDs. You have to make a blue or a UV LED and then put a phosphor on top of it that reacts with that blue light and makes white light. So you can't make it naturally, and the phosphors burn out. Happy National Singles Day. Also, I'm back. What up, Riggy? I heard this Art Bell episode with the Madman Time Traveler sounds interesting, dude. I think I've told you this, Ben. I used to listen to Art Bell I would sneak out and go into my parents' car at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, 1 o'clock. Whenever Art Bell was on AM radio, and I used to tune in the radio back in the day. Yeah, my Singles Day is every day. Doctor Who. I used to watch a lot of Doctor Who. Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and then my brother, we got back before cell phones. People used to have CB radios, walkie-talkies. So if they got into a crash, they could put the antenna on the roof of the car and be like, "Hey, somebody help me, I'm here." And so it was called an emergency. And I used to go put that on and tune it into like the truckers and tell fart jokes and stuff. I had an old timer coworker. It depends on how high your arm was a tingle, how much voltage. I had an old timer coworker. He said depends on how high you ramp, how high you hold your arm up, tingle, that how much voltage was. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. How much voltage? Yep, that's true. Wow, I'm a massive fan of late Art Bell. Me too. All right, what's going on, yummers? What's going on, Real? Channel 19. I love the homegrown beans video, brother. I love them too. They're so good. Thank you, brother yummers. Okay, let's see. Last chance, Yvonne. Watch Analog Horror. Is it copyrighted? We'll see. I mean, I can watch it off stream. Let me see if I can watch it on stream. Okay. Exploring analog horror.
One of these analog horror characters do you think it would be the scariest to run from part 2? With Elber the robot, you press R and he goes into a fit of rage, allowing him to gain and charge up speed, and as you can see, he becomes really fast and really hard to get away from. And on top of that, he has a little bar at the bottom of the screen that fills up the more you look at him, fills all the way up, he gains even more speed. This is Sonic EYX, whose ability
Analog horror tapes. How am I supposed to?
Hey all, Spencer Lackey here, and I'm doing something a little different today. Normally I do short form horror content, but
47
today I've partnered
44.7
with
million
YouTube to do a
subscribers.
special celebration of analog horror. We checked some Reddit threads, we checked some YouTube comments, and we found your favorite analog horror content, and I'm gonna watch it. So I think it's... So let's do it. Watch some analog horror content with me. Here we go.
14 million subs. I mean,
So
44.7
analog
million,
horror
14 million views.
is basically this subgenre of found footage, but this is sort of a new take, helmed mostly by Gen Z. It's little things here and there that are just slightly off. It's the music playing, but then the key changing just a little bit. Here's something really cool that a lot of analog horror does really well, is it takes something that's not normally scary, but because of the sort of nostalgic lo-fi look of it, you just know that something's off.
Rerouting. Make a U-turn. Your destination is behind you.
It's all digital.
Stay where you are to avoid startling
I love
the
it up
mimic.
to analog.
If the mimic gives chase, run.
A lot of these analog horror creators are taking, you know, not much, they don't have a lot of resources, yet they're building this massive immersive world with so many details.
In the past few years, we have made incredible discoveries regarding AZ-001.
Do not attempt to go outside, and do not attempt to help the infected. This is a national emergency. During the past night, we have received multiple sightings and reports of so-called...
What is that?
Right.
A lot of horror relies on the unseen or
What
the
up,
unknown.
bro,
This
brother?
is what a lot of analog horror does really, really well. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's bad.
Look at that. This guy paints these. I mean, the concept is that there is this serial killer who is leaving behind paintings of his victims.
Right.
Okay, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. I really loved all of the creators I saw.
And welcome to the introductory tape to your new job at Bunny Smiles Incorporated.
The world building is so specific, it makes you want to
So do
look
I,
up the
Yvonne.
Bunny Smiles company.
Make it a good place.
And learning how to use
Help
DSI
make it a good
technology.
place.
That's something that analog horror does really well. It takes something and then completely turns it on its head, and it completely subverts expectations.
A wide range of milkshakes, burgers, and fries, and have you coming back for more.
The goal of any analog horror is to make you at least believe for a second
I've
that this
lost
is
hope in
real,
humanity, not the
and
fir-
from the
I've
jump,
lost hope
that's
in
what this
humanity,
one's
not
doing.
the first, not
I'd
the
never
last.
take my
Anyway, what
daughter
is
to-
their horror stuff? It's called analog horror, but it's all digital. Did you know that George from Peppa Pig is deaf? I did not know that.
This is something that
I gotta
analog
go to
horror
Arsenal.
does really well. The use of implicit instead of explicit horror. There's no jump scares. It's just tension building and dread. I'm gonna take a shower after that video, and,
then-
I'll see you
And
tomorrow.
then you showed jump cuts. They left the camera running. What are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? Oh, uh-oh.
At least things so vague and unresolved.
All right, we'll look at some bit more of this later. All right, pardon. Who made our innocent child deaf? People do that, man. People do it. People do it. Let's see. Neon lamps.
Neon was discovered by William Ramsay and Morris Travers, British chemists. They liquefied air and slowly evaporated the liquid to separate the gases. When the newly isolated gas was exposed to an electric current in a vacuum tube, it emitted this vibrant orangey-red bright light. Ramsay's son named this new element neon after the Greek word neos, which means new. So true neon is this red-orange. They also discovered the rest of the noble gases, which we call neon, but they have different names. So if you see a blue neon sign, it's probably made with mostly argon. If you see a purple neon sign, it's probably made with mostly xenon. If you see a green neon light, it's argon inside the tube, but the tube itself is covered in phosphor.
Right. Right. Interesting stuff. Don't get me started on the halogens. Okay, what are we going to do today? You like H-Meds? Alright, let's see. G-L-O-R-I-A, glow. Analog horror. I always see it as the least scary. I always see it as the least scary genre horror. So, we're old, Throw. I don't think most actual horror, like Faces of Death and stuff like that, I'm sure you can find that stuff on the internet, but, like, horror used to be... Think about the people that grew up on the internet. Like people that grew up without the internet, like would find horror. Like, I heard something in the woods, and now it's just like something jumps up on the screen and whatever. You know, it's like not. What do you want to send a link to yourself? If it's something that on your channel, what do you want? Yeah, gory stuff is the real deal. Right. The thing is, gore is, we have a natural human aversion to gore because we know something went wrong with our bodies. If we see blood, so that stuff can be scary. But the jump scare stuff, you know, like you even like the horror stuff, like you see the shorts where somebody throws a baseball and then you see they swing and they miss it, it goes and jumps at the screen real quick, like that kind of stuff. But the stuff that scares you to your core is the stuff that makes you realize or think that someone left the planet. Okay, Rich, I gotta go for a half hour. Got a bit of business. All right, my brother. I like my childhood curiosity has me permanently scared my scarred my innocent brain. I'm guessing you meant scared, scarred, one of the two. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of. I'm more of a fan of making horror than watching it. Like, I remember like people that like horror has to be good, in my opinion. It's got to be like at least like a half hour, 45 minutes. You got to get used to somebody. You got to meet somebody, learn about their past, character development, and then like you're like, oh, I hope he falls in love with her, and then boom, he's gone, and then it's like, but what happened to him? And then you're worried, you're emotionally invested. But now they just take like movies that made you fall in love with somebody, then lost them, and the jump scare or the gimmick they used for that to happen, people consider horror, you know. But it's the horror is the feeling that the dread that something bad's going to happen. And if you can keep people constantly thinking that's going to happen, but when it goes from one to the next just like next. You look good. Just joking, don't mind. I don't mind. What's up, T Balaji? Analog horror seems like a light version of psychological horror. Yeah, I think I'm just old. You know, it's like you have horror back in the day. Like, people couldn't make shorts. If you wanted to make something to go on TV, it had to be 22 minutes. So that they could have the ads beforehand, 2 ads in the middle and an ad on the end that would add up to your half-hour time slot. So you couldn't just make something. And then when they tried to do it, they had the 1-hour shows like Twilight Zone, and they would have. You would get to know the people for 5, 8, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Do you believe, last time I got scared was an Indonesian horror game. It really immerses you in the horror. Right, because it's a lot, you get built into it. Do you believe in flat sun theory? It makes sense even if the Earth is round. Why is my dink so thin? Yeah, probably flat sun, John. Flat sun makes no sense. So the interesting thing about the sun, it's converting hydrogen into helium, but it has to be three-dimensional because it has to stir. And we can make very, 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 very small suns. Okay, final message before I head out. If you want horror, watch Threads. Oh, BBC Threads. Right. Yep, you mentioned that before. I've actually seen Threads. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what this is here. All right, let me respond to this real quick. Butter. There we go. Okay. What up, Dino? I just got a new Jackson's Chameleon. Again? Didn't you get one the other day? The Horned Chameleon? Jackson's Chameleon. These things are freaking awesome, dude. Look at that. Well, there you go. What? I've never been in this stream. Maybe you've got mental issues. Let me see. I could be able to tell in just a second. Gloria. Nope, you never been in the stream. Nope. Well, another guy named Dino also has a Jackson Chameleon. Like 3 days ago, he came in here. Hey, Archer, can you fax something for me? If you go on walks daily on concrete, will it cause many fractures to your leg bone? Yes, it will. It depends on the shoes that you wear. So concrete does this. You can give you what's called shin splints. Yes, they're micro fractures. But yeah, we can look up to see what science says. Shin splints from walking on concrete. Shin. Shin splints, medial tibial stress syndrome from walking on concrete are caused by the high impact, unforgiving surface forcing muscles, tendons, and bones to absorb the shock. Treat this by resting icing for 20 minutes using anti-inflammatories and wearing supportive shoes. Prevent reoccurrence from walking on softer surfaces, grass, dirt, and avoid rapid increases in distance. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like you definitely need, like my shoes, every new pair of shoes I get, I always get thick insoles, gel, absolutely. And I always walk toe to heel. Many people walk heel to toe. I walk toe to heel. Look, people make fun of me. They call me gay. But yep, absolutely. Especially running, like if you're jogging on the road, like on the asphalt or the concrete. Yeah, because it's just like doom, 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 doom. Used to watch those shock videos. Which ones? The green super feet inserts, the key to happy feet. Let's look it up. Green super feet inserts. Oops. Oh, man, I've never even seen these before, but look at that. Yeah, looks like it. Absolutely. Yeah, something like that. This is exactly what I have. Layered foam and gel. That's exactly what I have. It's got memory foam on. I don't know about these, but the ones that I wear have memory foam on the top layer, and then I have a firmer foam on the heel. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. No, I don't. Not anymore. No, Yummers. That stuff was when I was like a teenager. But yeah, no, I don't really watch anything anymore. When I have time to be on the internet, I'm streaming or making something. In my retirement, maybe I'll go back to watching that stuff or making content from that stuff. But yeah, I just don't I don't have a lot of time to. I want to work towards not being able or not having to work for the most part. I want to build something. So yeah, I don't like. I mean, if I get invited out to a movie or whatever, I just don't go. I'm not interested in going. I don't. Yeah. So I'm not a very good streamer for modern pop culture and stuff like that. Because people are like, oh, advertise this. I don't know anything about it. And the thing is, having worked in the movie industry, you know how movies are made. So you know the part where you're like, okay, walk in the door. It's like a 10-minute setup, everything setting the cameras, moving the lights. She opens the door, she walks in. All right, cut. Now when you see it, and then they set it up, and they'll be like, okay, now scream. Ah, cut. Okay, scream again. Okay, cut. And then they find the best one. So but when they edit it together, it looks like somebody walked in and then screams and the camera's in their face. But I know it's, so I've kind of ruined it for me. Can you watch a short horror films on stream? I'd probably have to do it on Discord. I can't do it. I mean, if they were other YouTube videos that are in, but we can't watch anything copyrighted. What up, Ethic? Never cheap out on anything that's between the earth, bed, shoes, chair. Agreed. 100% agreed. And learn what grounding is. Electrical grounding. Learn what it is and do your best. I have shoes that have copper rivets through the bottom, so it touches my skin and that will touch the actual earth. Your shoes act as anything that goes between the earth and your body acts as a capacitor. And it could, it might sound like hullabaloo, but let me see if I can find something on it. How do grounding shoes work? Yes, I ground my bed. Yes, I have a 100. So the sheets I have on now are not. I have a set of copper sheets, my pillow, my sheets, and then my bed frame is grounded. So my sheets ground to my bed frame, and I have my pillow it's got copper threads all through it. So yes, I do, but not like if I have the cat on the bed and he freaking gets crap all over it, I'll put on a set of sheets that's not grounded, but 90% of the time it's grounded. I've been meaning to get grounding bed sheets for your bed. You should. You absolutely should. Yes, I do ground my bed. Okay, hold on. Let's do this real quick. All right, so my bed is grounded. My bed frame goes through 100 mega ohm resistor to the grounding circuitry, which you can plug it into the outlet if you're make sure your outlet's actually grounded. Or you can run a single wire out the window and do a post. Okay. Grounding shoes or earthing shoes are designed with conductive materials like copper plugs in the sole to conduct your body to the Earth's natural electric charge, theoretically reducing inflammation, improving sleep, and lowering stress. While proponents in some small studies suggest benefits, science, now this is important. You got to learn how to read stuff. It says scientific evidence is limited. That doesn't mean no. That means that they haven't looked into it a whole lot. But the people that do, they say, while small studies suggest, well, when is it no longer a small study? When more people believe it? Anyway, scientific is like with claims lacking rigorous independent validation. But there's also a lot of, so if you create a product like grounded bed sheets and it changes your life and you try to sell it, proponents of regular bed sheets that make hundreds of millions of dollars a year just selling bullcrap will say, well, there's no science behind it. These people are... check if you've got a couple of dollars. Check for yourself. Can you watch this if it's not copyrighted? I saw Wrangler Star turn his shoes in the ground. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's what you do. It's all you need to do. A copper rivet. That's it. That's all you need to do. Multiple, but yeah, absolutely. I can, if you want, I can go grab a pair and show you exactly what they look like. But hold on, let me look at this real quick. Let's see.
Hey, everybody.
2019, let's see. Okay, yeah, it looks like he filmed this himself, so we can look at it. Hold on real quick. Freaking GoDaddy. Don't use them. All right, hold on. Let me do this. Let me get this set up here. All right, almost there. Hold on.
Hey, Google. Turn off the TV.
Okay, turn off TV. Okay, turn on upstairs bedroom light.
Hey, Google. Turn upstairs light off.
Okay, turn off upstairs bedroom light.
Reaching for his sidearm, it ain't there. No, got the bat. Got the crowbar.
Is anybody up there?
He looks like Nile Red.
All right.
Nile Red, I tuned in at the right moment. He looks like I don't know if it's him or not, but it looks like him. What's up, Avery? Same glasses, same eye. He must be Canadian. Now blue. Now it's blue. Sorry. Doing good, Avery.
Okay,
Doing
turn
good.
on
Doing
music.
good. All right, now I gotta mute it because he's playing copyrighted music. Damn it. That sucks. I want to see how it ends. All right, hold on. Screw it. Damn it. All right. That sucks. Okay, hopefully it's not. We'll see. We'll find out if the stream shuts off. It sounds like Radiohead, though.
Okay, turn on laundry room light.
It didn't turn on. Okay, turn on living room light. It does look like Nile Red with about a couple thousand more calories a day in them. Same haircut, too. Okay. Yeah, this is good horror. It builds up, it builds up, it builds up. Fight or flight, brother.
Who are you? Get back. I'm warning you. Get back. Google. Turn the kitchen lights on.
You unplugged it.
All right, Google. Turn the kitchen lights on. Turn the lights on.
Yeah, it's
Google, turn the
definitely
lights
intense.
on.
Okay. Turning off laundry room light.
That's awesome. See, that's freaking awesome. That's well made. So when I was talking about character development earlier, the reason that this works so well is because he's John Everybody. He's just your average guy, and you can slip into his shoes really easily. Yeah, open ending, right. Yeah. That's what all that are creators should be doing. But I don't got a freaking $6,000 camera, 19K. No. You do something and you say, this is what I have. Anybody out there that's also got no money want to make it better with me. And what's he got? How many? He's got 4.3 million views on that. 70,000 likes. And a freaking Google, whatever that's called. Why do you laugh? Do you what's that? Do the you laugh, you restart now. What's that? Oh, no. We're not going to do this. That's somebody else's thing. Yeah. That is funny stuff though. But yeah, I didn't see that there. Oh, damn it. Why do you make me do this stuff?
Big Mac.
Nice. Oh. Infinite aura.
¿Un qué?
There was a barrel. There's a barrel of 99 red apples, one green. When you close your eyes and reach in, what color apple would you most likely pull? 99.1 WHFS. Orange apple. I would pull out an apple.
So, das dürfte kein Problem sein.
Who are you?
This is my type of horror, swiftly the type as a grounded and surprising supernatural. Yeah, Supernatural's great. I love it. I love it.
Let's get down to business.
No! Oh my gosh, you have to kick the wall. Just move. Look, hit the wall. See?
You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Same guys.
Come on, mommy.
Yo!
¡Corriñacio!
No, no, echa para atrás. Echa para atrás.
Oh, people are good. You are delusional and dishonest. You are deceitful. Ah. Awesome.
Can I do your windshield for some money, please?
My friend thought you were cute. He was wondering if you could get your snap. Run a... Oh, shit.
What's it say? Wet grass. Oh, that's awesome! I'm being honest. It's cognitive dissonance. Bruh. I'll run out and slam the door on him. I knew it. All right, cat.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
What?
Frío,
Let's make a smoothie. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Bananas, chia seeds. Uh-huh.
Oh! Yeah, that guy's hurt. This is what people do inside of their house. What a catchphrase. You've been hit by cognitive dissonance.
Ensuring that your thumb is on the outside of your fingers. If it is on the inside, it can break your thumb during impact. Do this with both hands. You now want to place your fists halfway between your chest and your hip. Once you're at this point, move them slowly from side to side, and eventually the momentum will end up with you.
Oh,
Gary, now I know I was wrong. I messed up, and now you're gone.
Jeez. That's lazy. No juice. That's cute. Bonk. Alright, that's cool. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna go eat dinner now. I'll see you guys back in a little bit. I gotta wash this cognitive dissonance off of me. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye 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 bye.